what does it take to rise up? It can be in any situation. It can be in general situation. It can be in the pandemic, or it can be in a very harsh situation or unexpected situation whereby you totally got lost in life. So, what does it take to rise up in general, or me for you?
Yes, it takes courage to rise up. It takes courage to rise up. Maya Angelou, I don't know if you know who Maya Angelou is. She's the
Yes, yes,
mentor of Oprah Winfrey. If you don't, you
yes.
must know Oprah Winfrey.
Mhm.
So Maya Angelou once said, courage is the most important virtue, the most important virtue. Because without courage, you cannot do any other virtue consistently. So courage is the number one most important virtue of all. Why? Because when you have courage, you can get out of your comfort zone. You have the courage to be kind to yourself, to be vulnerable sometimes. When we go and share our message, sometimes we worry about being criticized, being judged, right? What other people is going to say, right? So
Right.
you need courage. You need courage to be vulnerable, to be authentic, to share what your gifts is, to share your zone of genius with the world. It takes courage to trust yourself and to have faith because we don't know what the future holds. There's no guarantee in anything. So having that courage to have faith is important. Having that courage to have faith despite not knowing the future or what obstacles come your way, and the courage to not give up. So I agree with Maya Angelou that courage is the most important among all the virtues because without this virtue, you cannot practice any other virtue consistently. And
Mm.
because of courage, looking back, right, my life, every breakthrough is because I took the courage, like starting my business, like becoming a public speaker, like starting my podcast, like writing a book. Every huge breakthrough, it hasn't been easy, but every breakthrough is because I first took courage. And with that, I took a baby step, right? And keep
Yep.
going and going and going, eventually achieve those breakthrough and amazing things
Right.
that I did. And of course, that applies for everybody. I'm no special, more special than anyone. So
Mm.
all you really need to rise up is to have courage. And from there on, dream big, start small,
Start small,
and act
act
now.
now.
Mhm.
I love that. I love that. Okay. Very, very nice. Very nice. So courage is very important. I truly agree with you.
Very.
It's that the moment that gives you the courage. What do you think that moment, right? What do you think is the trigger for you to have the courage? What's your opinion on that?
I think if I look back on all the moments that I took courage, it's because I reflected and it's something that I feel is important for me. Like it's a mission, it's a vision, it's something that I really want. It again go back to what is that you're dreaming big about? What is that mission? When I have a big enough why, the
Mm.
how become easier, right?
Correct, correct.
So once you know what is that you want and why you're doing it, then you will take the courage. It's much more easier to take the courage when you have that vision and you understand the why. And that is why just now I answered a question for people who got retrenched.
Yeah.
If you remember, one of the first thing I asked is, what is it that you want? What is that vision? And then the
Yes,
second
yes.
question is, what is your why? What gives you the feel to move forward? Because everything you do, I guarantee you will have obstacles, right? It's not going to be a smooth sail. There's going to be sometimes that is rain, cloudy days, sometimes it's storm or thunderstorms, you know.
Mm. Yep.
It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows.
Yep.
So it's really knowing your vision and knowing your why. Then you take courage to keep overcoming those obstacles and keep going and keep going and keep going. And that's how every successful person ever, right?
Mm.
That's how achievements, breakthroughs are made up of. That's how people rise up.
I like the way the way you say it because the why is the I think why the reason why you do it and the purpose, right, is actually a constant element in your entire journey of that overcoming obstacles and all this
Yes,
uh, courage, taking courage to overcome them. The
huge.
fear, yes, huge. So this is
Yes,
why the purpose is like it's a constant element
yes.
in your journey. Yeah.
It is. I think this is so important. When I'm, coach or my mentees always tell them the most important question of all, if you're starting a new business, is to find your why, because
Mm.
that gives you the feel to do everything else. Start with why. It's so important. Without the why, the how doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm sure you have come across so many people that you teach them something, and 3 months, 6 months, 1 year later, they have not made any progress at all, right?
Yes, yes.
And that's because they don't know why. They don't have a
Mm.
strong enough why. You can teach people a lot of things, and then 3 months later, nothing happens. It's because they don't have a strong enough why. But
Mm.
when they really understand why they want to achieve something, whatever that is, then they will find the reason to do it. And none of the excuses would matter. None of the thing, no money, no time, no resources, no network, nothing matters, because
Correct.
there's always a way. If you have a strong enough why, there's always a way.
Totally agree with you. Wow, this is actually fun doing this interview with you.
It is fun. It's fun for me too.
Yeah.